Hello and welcome. If your shoulders feel tight, sore, or painful, there's a good chance the real problem isn't actually your shoulders. Most recurring shoulder pain is a movement and tension problem that builds up over time. And the reason it keeps coming back is because people usually try to fix the wrong joint, or they try to force posture instead of restoring movement. Let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. The shoulder is one of the most mobile joints in the human body. And because of that, it's also one of the most complex. It doesn't work on its own. Your shoulders depend heavily on what's happening in your upper back, your rib cage, your shoulder blades, your neck, and even your breathing. That's why shoulder pain shows up so often in people who sit a lot, train hard, work at a desk, use their phone frequently, or live with constant stress. When those surrounding systems stop moving well, the shoulders usually take the hit first. One of the most helpful ways to understand shoulder pain is something called the joint by joint approach. The basic idea is simple. Some joints in the body are designed primarily for mobility. Other joints are designed primarily for stability. Problems start when a joint can't do its main job. When that happens, the body will always find a workaround. And that workaround usually shows up as tension, stiffness, or pain somewhere else. So instead of asking what hurts, we should be asking what isn't doing its job. Let's start with the thoracic spine or your mid-back. The thoracic spine is designed for movement, rotation, extension, controlled flexion. But modern life slowly takes that movement away. Long hours sitting, hunched posture, shallow breathing, stress. Over time, the thoracic spine stiffens, and when it stops moving well, the shoulders are forced to steal motion they were never meant to handle alone. That's why people often feel pinching, tightness, or discomfort when reaching overhead or behind them. This is also why stretching the shoulder itself often doesn't solve the problem. You're trying to fix the symptom instead of restoring the movement the shoulder depends on. Now let's talk about the shoulder blades, also called the scapula. The scapula doesn't attach directly to bone like most joints. It glides over the rib cage. Its job is to provide controlled stability so the shoulder joint can move freely. But when the thoracic spine is stiff, the scapula often becomes overly mobile to compensate. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They're told to pull their shoulders back and down, to hold good posture all day. But forcing posture often increases tension instead of reducing it. That tension usually shows up as tight upper traps, neck discomfort, and shoulders that feel permanently stressed. Calm posture beats forced posture every time. The goal is not to lock the shoulder blades in place. The goal is to give them a stable, relaxed base to move from. Now we can finally talk about the shoulder joint itself. The shoulder joint is designed for freedom. It can move in almost every direction, but freedom without control leads to irritation. The shoulder joint relies on the thoracic spine and the scapula doing their jobs properly. If they don't, the shoulder either stiffens up to protect itself or becomes irritated from doing too much. This is why so many people bounce between tightness and pain without lasting relief. This also explains why stretching alone or isolated strengthening often fails. Those exercises aren't wrong, they're just incomplete. The body doesn't care about isolated fixes, it cares about systems. If the system isn't supported, the problem keeps returning. This is exactly why the shoulder wellness solution is built the way it is. Instead of chasing pain, the focus is on restoring movement where it belongs. First, improving mobility in the thoracic spine, then building calm, controlled stability around the shoulder blades, and finally supporting the shoulder joint itself through its natural range of motion. Everything is progressed gradually. Short sessions, low threat, done consistently, because short, consistent sessions beat aggressive fixes every single time. The goal isn't to push harder, it's to help the body feel safe moving again. This approach works whether you train hard, sit a lot, or simply want your shoulders to stop limiting your daily life. It's not about perfect shoulders. It's about shoulders that feel capable, calm, and reliable again. That's exactly what we focus on inside the Mobility and Rehab Lab, where the shoulder wellness solution lives. If your shoulders feel tight, painful, or unpredictable, stop blaming the shoulder itself. Start supporting the system it depends on. That's how long-term change actually happens. Thanks for watching. And remember, movement should feel freeing, not stressful.